All right, so speaking of marijuana laws, New York, the state of New York, the state that includes New York City, is also known as New York, has apparently, according to reports, passed marijuana, recreational marijuana legalization. To my understanding, they are also expunging past records and trying their best to make things proper. So I've got an article here from the Gothamist. I never felt I was doing anything wrong. New Yorkers rejoice after marijuana legalization. Ivan Torres has been smoking weed in New York City for more than 4 decades. As arrests began to soar in the late 1990s, he said he was one of the tens of thousands of black men charged for low-level marijuana possession, earning a criminal record that followed him for much of his adult life. Again, I want, like, thousands and thousands of years of societal, civilizational evolution, right? We've created fucking sewer systems, bitch. Like, can you imagine that? Like, these little weirdo animal insects crawling around the planet managed to make fucking irrigation canals. Like, what? You know, that's incredible. Like, we've got, like, these little, like, fucking pieces of glass, right? They let you see into the universe. Like, we can look at the surface of Mars, motherfucker. We've got robots on the surface of Mars. And yet, for whatever reason, people are being arrested for smoking weed? What? Like, you know, like, that's crazy. Right? Like, we've got... Like, look at the 2008 financial crisis, right? We got big banks, right? Like, literally trying to cash in on people losing their homes. Like, these people are making bets on the people being homeless. And they cash in on that and make money. And then the government bails them out. They never get a fucking lick of jail time. Meanwhile, you got people going to jail for smoking weed? Again, it's crazy to me. On Wednesday afternoon, hours after Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a bill officially legalizing marijuana in New York, the 62-year-old sat on a bench in Bed-Stuy and smoked his first ever legal spliff. Max the dog is freaking the fuck out right now. I never felt like I was doing anything wrong, he told Gothamist. Things have definitely changed for the better. The passage of marijuana legalization has prompted similar exhalations of relief and bliss from New Yorkers across the city. Some have predicted that recreational cannabis will usher in a Roaring Twenties-style summer of hedonism. What on earth? Others simply wondered what took so long. That's what I'm saying. Max is being a dog. We've been waiting on this for a while now. Now, again, I want to let everyone, like, I really just, like, I think about this, right? Why is weed illegal? Like, was there, like, a default? Like, think about, isn't that crazy? All right. History lesson, folks. Strap in. So imagine, you've got these, like, psychoactive chemicals, right? You leave an apple in a fucking box for too long, boom, you got alcohol, right? And so that's great. Everything's fine. Everyone gets drunk. That's great. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years, people are getting drunk. Like, for no reason. Like, alright, I finished cropping the fucking whatever the fuck. Time to get drunk. That's what people did every single day for thousands and thousands of years, right? Now imagine a scenario where, like, you go across an ocean, right? And then there's people, instead of getting drunk, they're smoking a plant, and they're still like they're getting wacky and zany, and they're having a good time. And then you look at that, and you're like, "What? That's awesome!" And then you start smoking this plant, and then some guy comes along. Hello, Max. He's got his corn. And then some guy comes along, right? Some dude just, like, shows up. His name is Richard Nixon, and he's like, "I hate black people. I'm gonna make this drug illegal because black people use it." And then it's like, what? And then, like, that puts us into, like, 40, 50 years later. People are like, "Yep, weed's illegal because facts and logic. It's a dangerous substance." Like, my mother was telling me, like, weed is gonna kill you. If you ever smoke weed, you're going to die instantly. And it's like, who comes up with this bullshit? You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Let's keep moving. Under the legislation known as the Marijuana Regulation and Taxation Act, MRTA, Public consumption of marijuana is now permitted wherever it's legal to smoke cigarettes. Now, again, I want to remind everyone, imagine if they made public consumption of, like, Coca-Cola illegal. Like, now think about this. What is more damaging to the body? Coca-Cola or cannabis? I'm sorry. There's an obvious answer. If you're going to ban cannabis, you got to ban Coca-Cola. So what I think we need to do is I think we need to advocate for legislation to ban all sugar in anything ever. Because, again, we had 50 years and counting of marijuana being illegal, right? And other substances that shouldn't be illegal, frankly, right? Why can't we have 50 years of banning fast food? What? Like, why can't we ban sugar for 50 years? See what happens. You know, like, again, that would at least, like, actually have net benefits for society, right? People would be healthier. People would live longer, right? People would have less addiction, less cravings, right? I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing ideas out there. That's today? That's crazy, replied Emma Callahan, a 22-year-old New York University student, upon learning the news. We picked a good day to meet up, she added, passing a joint to a friend in Tompkins Square Park. It remains illegal to smoke in city parks, though the penalty is a civil infraction, like littering, rather than a criminal offense. Who cares? Smoke in the fucking park, buddy. Come on. Anyway, that's what's going on in New York. Pretty cool stuff. And again, I just, like, wow, man. It's crazy. CJ O'Tonnell, $5. If you're from California, our old medical system from the early 2000s was basically recreational. You just had to go to a weed doctor, pay him $50. Sounds good to me. I mean, fuck. But I mean, again, like, the idea that we, like, keep in mind, what is the goal of society? What is the goal of civilization? In my opinion, it's to optimize the human experience, right? I don't want to be working on the fields all day, every day, and to feed my family. And so someone else does that, I give them money, and then boom, all of a sudden I live in a fucking house. I've got internet, I've got a refrigerator full of food, right? Like, the whole idea of society is to optimize the human condition on how we live to make our lives better. And I have no idea why you would ban mind-altering substances, mood-altering drugs. I have no idea why those are banned. It's weird. It's strange. Like, it's bizarre. It's, like, it's extremely bizarre. I really just don't get it. It's bizarre. I will never get over how bizarre it is. Like, again, fast food exists. Like, think about this logically. Like, there's a McDonald's on every single street in America, yet you get sent to jail for having weed in your pocket. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.